You have an interesting pick for the team that's supposed to make it out of the East. Why don't you share with the guys so that they can be upset with your pick? Go ahead.
Oh, are they going to be upset? Do we know that already? This won't be the first time these gentlemen have been upset with me over the course of many years. I got the Toronto Raptors. I'll ride with the champs again. For one, if it comes down to Toronto playing Milwaukee, they know how to do the most important thing that there is in that series, which is defend Giannis Antetokounmpo, because they've done it. I know they don't have the primary person there to lead the way, but team effort. And these guys do know, and Paul could speak to this better than anybody, about championship DNA. And what champions learn not only about the league, but about themselves, about how they feel. The Raptors have been together for longer than any other team down there near the bubble and then inside the bubble. The person, you look at people, I mean, just 8, 9 deep, they can go to and rely on players, most of whom are wearing championship hardware. I'll take the Toronto Raptors in the East.
You know what that tells me about the Eastern Conference? It just tells me that the Eastern Conference is wide open, and a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in the Milwaukee Bucks, and they've been dominant all year long. Defensively, offensively, they have the best player. It just shows and tells me that I believe the East is wide open, because I believe that Boston Celtics have a legit shot at it too. I think they're deeper. They got the experience. And Jason Tatum, the way he's been playing before the break, he's been playing like a top 5, top 10 player. If he can continue with those strides, he can lead the Boston Celtics to the finals.
Paul, I'm with you on the Boston Celtics. I think they have a great chance to get to the finals as well. And Mike, I want to roll with you on Toronto. I've been saying the whole year that I think this Raptors team is one of the most underappreciated teams there has been in the league. Nick Nurse was my coach of the year. And I think the way that they run their sets, Mike, like they don't get enough credit. They are one of the most efficient, well-oiled machines there is in the league with how they execute their sets offensively. My only question about the Raptors down the stretch is, you say, who is your go-to guy? Can Pascal Siakam take his game to another level? Yes, he was an all-star this year, doing it without Kawhi, but can his game go super, super elite? I don't know if he can do that, but it's going to be one heck of a series to watch.
The truth alluded to this. We're not having these shenanigans in the Western Conference because we figured one of the LA teams are going to win it. Now in the East, it continues to show that Giannis is going to get my vote for MVP. Been terrific these past couple of years. Chris Middleton has been an all-star the last couple of years. So many great parts around them. But the reason why a lot of people still question them is Giannis being their go-to guy, playing basically center and or forward late in games. Is that going to be the guy that can break down the defense and literally make a play for himself or others? And is he going to be making his three-point shot to spread the floor? Boston was my choice initially before all of the teams got into the bubble. But I'm going to be the one person on this show. I'm picking the Milwaukee Bucks to win the East because I want to see Giannis stay in town.
Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that the New York Knicks have actually finalized a deal with Tom Thibodeau. It'll be a 5-year deal, which will make him the franchise's next head coach. Tibbs will be the 14th Knicks head coach since 2000, and the Knicks are 21-45 this season, obviously missing the playoffs for the 6th straight time. The Knicks have a history of signing coaches to long contracts, but not necessarily finishing them. That includes David Fizdale. He signed a 4-year deal with New York and didn't even make it through 2 seasons, and not even listed here. But in the mid-2000s, the Knicks hired Larry Brown to a 5-year deal, and he only coached for 1 season. So I just want to get a visceral gut reaction to finally hearing who the Knicks are going with as their 14th head coach. Michael Wilbon, we'll start with you.
Wow. I mean, look, this is Tibbs. In some ways, this is his dream job, and I understand that, and it seems like a great fit, but we've said great fits before with some of these other people. I'm not going back. I'm trying to remember, why was Mike Woodson let go? I mean, Mike had some success there. I mean, I'd give him a chance. I'd have Tibbs at the top or toward the top of coaching any team in this league right now. He is going to be a tough disciplinarian. If guys don't want to see it Tibbs' way, we're going to see them leave. The door will be spinning. He's got support above him. That's a guy he's been in personal business with, having represented him for years. It seems fine. But the doubt isn't about Tibbs. The doubt is about the Knicks at the top, at the very top. I live in a place where that doubt sort of supersedes whoever coaches with the Washington football team by whatever name. That stuff starts at the top with the owner. And if it's toxic, it doesn't necessarily matter who the head coach is. And I'm not so sure that the New York basketball team and the Washington football team aren't riding in the same boat.
Oh, Mike Wilbon, you're cold-blooded. You're gonna say the New York basketball team. I agree with you. It comes from the top down. Obviously, Mr. Dolan is the guy that's going to be able to lead this way if he's able to actually pull that off. I like the hire. I like the hire because I think for the New York Knicks, it stops the bleeding, right? It's a plug in a hole. And the one thing I've always questioned about the New York Knicks organization, they have not had a culture since Jeff Van Gundy. And I think that he can bring that culture back. Is it the pick that I like? Yes. Is it the pick that I love? No, I don't love it. I like it. I don't love it. I still think this was a missed opportunity for the Knicks to go with a guy like Mark Jackson. Now, I know people say that, hey, there's some issues with Mark Jackson. How does he get along with upper management? How does he get along with team owners because of the Golden State Warriors scenario? But if you go back and you ask Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson about Mark Jackson, I mean, they rave about him and the fact that he got them to a different level basketball-wise. He got them to compete and he believed in them and he really helped their games go to a different level ultimately. So do I love Tibbs? I love him as a person. Do I love the coaching hire? No. Do I like it? Yes, I like it. I'm okay with it.
I ain't mad at Tibbs. He keep getting them gig after gig. He did really well in Chicago. Derrick Rose was an MVP. Joakim Noah was a Defensive Player of the Year. We know he won a championship with Paul in Boston. He went to Minnesota. He got more power. He got a big deal. We didn't necessarily see him work out with Jimmy Butler, though Karl Anthony Towns did develop. They didn't get what they needed out of Wiggins. So for him to get another opportunity and for him to get 5 years, hey, congratulations to him on that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.